Hey everybody, Mr. B here. We got something very, very special today. We are going to do New Orleans style red beans and rice. One of my favorite things ever. Traditionally in New Orleans, Monday was wash day. This was a dish that they would put on the back of the stove while they would do their thing around the house and that sort of stuff. And still to this day, if you're in New Orleans and it's Monday, chances are your restaurant is going to have red beans and rice on as the lunch special, although they probably have it every day of the week, right? So without further ado, let's get started and get it going, okay? Let's do ingredient breakdown here. So salt and pepper, obviously. I am using a smoked turkey wing here. You could substitute a ham hock. I use ham hock smoked turkey interchangeably. You get more meat off of the smoked turkey wing, and I'll show you what that looks like, here along the way. 1 pound of smoked andouille sausage. We're using 1 pound of dried red beans that have soaked overnight and have been rinsed and picked through. Dry spice, we're using bay leaf. We will use some Cajun seasoning and some thyme. We'll do some hot sauce to taste for our veggies. Look, I have a visitor. Really? You smell that sausage, don't you? Get down, Boaz. Okay, where was I? Scallions that we garnish at the end for freshness. Same with the parsley. We will do a trinity of the green bell pepper, diced celery, and onion, which is the quintessential base of any Cajun Creole cooking there. So, and some chicken stock. Okay, so I preheated my Dutch oven with a little bit of olive oil in it, and we are going to start this today by browning off a little bit of this andouille. Because I want that fat to render out. You know, you could throw some bacon up in this too. It's not going to hurt me. We get this going, and, you want it kind of brown, and I like little crispy edges on mine because it's, gives it some texture in the beans. So you all can see how the, fat is starting to render out of the sausage, getting me where I want it. I would say another 5 minutes from this point, and we are going to our Holy Trinity. And this will be so good. Let's get the onions in, kids. I'll try to get some in the damn Dutch oven and not all over the floor. Story of my life. We're cooking. This is real stuff. Start with the onions, and we'll add the celery and the bell pepper here in just a second. The onion good and coated on that fat. Alright, into the pool goes celery and bell pepper. Stir to incorporate that real good. And guys, when I did, watch out. When I did, my ingredient rundown, I forgot to tell you about the garlic. This is about 4 cloves. I've run through a press. You gotta have it. You gotta have it. So that was a sin that I admitted that, but hey. So we'll get that in as the veg sort of sweats down a little bit. I'm now ready to let's just do a sprinkle of my Cajun seasoning in here. And the thyme, just a bit, maybe half a teaspoon or so, I don't know. You guys know me in measurements. They are unnecessary. I'm going to hold back on the salt right now. Maybe get a pinch of black pepper hitting in here. right. We may adjust this seasoning as we go, but I want to hold off on adjusting or adding any more because I need to see what the flavors of the sausage and the smoked turkey and the chicken broth and all the deliciousness does to see if I need to elevate it. In goes my garlic. In goes the bay leaves. Give this about 30 seconds until you start smelling that garlic. Trust me, you'll get it. My neighbors are smelling this right now. I am told in passing, are you the dude that cooks up on the 6th floor? Yep, that's me. Which, depending on what I'm cooking, can be a good thing for the neighbors or not so good. All right, we're going to hit our beans. Our smoked jerky wings. And 4 cups chicken stock are until covered. This should do it. If you need to add a little bit more water, that's fine too. The whole point of this is to let this cook down and kind of evaporate and condense, which is another reason why I want to be careful on the seasoning, okay? Because this is going to intensify considerably, and you know, you really got to watch the salt. This is why I'm using unsalted chicken broth here. That said, it may be bland as hell, and we got to bump it up. Okay, I'm going to give this kind of the best I can, sort of a stir. All right, so here's what's going to happen. We are going to bring this up to a boil, reduce to simmer, stirring occasionally. Guys, it's going to take about 3 hours. Time does not mean that it's complicated, right? Time just means that it needs time to do its thing. While it's going, hell, I'm going to be doing my thing, getting my laundry, drinking a beer, whatever it is. It's Sunday afternoon, right? So, I'll keep you updated as we go. Okay, we have hit about the 2-hour mark, and I wanted you to see this, how it's condensing down and getting real beany and delicious. We're going to check for seasoning. My concern here is that I'm going to be a little salt heavy. And it is. Which is interesting because I have not added any salt to this. Now, there is some salt in the Cajun seasoning. But guys, it's just turkey that's doing it. Smoked turkey, smoked ham hocks. They can tend to have a, pack a good bit of salt, but oh my God, this is good. Okay, so what's going to happen now is I'm going to fish these, let me get my tongs. I'm going to fish these pieces of turkey out because it should be about fall off the bone here. And we'll carve these up to release the meat. And then get that added back in. Alrighty, let's take the plate ready. Kind of show you the process. I mean, basically you just want to kind of break it up, right? Look at that. Yum, cut it. It's just falling apart anyway. Kind of shred it the best you can. Set it aside because you want this to go back in the beans and really, it like just helps all of this smoky meat thing going on here. It just helps it bloom. One thing, I think I mentioned this earlier, that I do prefer the turkey in the sense that it yields a lot more meat off of it. Off the, you know, off the bone than a ham hock does. The fat you do not want to use, although I might sneak a bite of it off camera or something. See me. Right, so we're going to add our delicious turkey meat back to this. Give it a stir. Look at that. At this point, start your rice. By the time your rice is ready, guys, y'all be going to the table. Okay. That allows the time to let this turkey kind of marry on in there as well. I'll continue to stir and leave this uncovered at this point, but look at that. Heavenly. Heavenly. Let's plate. You can use plate or a bowl, depending on what you want to do. So set your rice up. If you were using a bowl, put the rice on the bottom. And then just get you some of this deliciousness. Gotta get some of that sausage. I've discarded the bay leaves as well. Look at that. Oh, yes, indeed. I'm gonna hit it with a little hot sauce. Get some fresh scallion. And some fresh parsley. And guys, you're done. So start to finish, it's been about 3 hours, including prep. I've done 3 loads of laundry. I've caught up on some of my YouTube subscriptions. And I've got food for next several days. Also freezes perfectly. So I hope that you guys try this. Let me know what you think. Seriously, people. Y'all need to check this out. Y'all hit subscribe and come along for the ride. We're going to see you next time. All right, kids?